much of the game plan was to almost force the issue on the pass?
Force the issue on what?
With passing the ball, it seemed like there was a more concerted effort to spread it out.
I mean, we've been working hard, trying to just continue to get more continuity and get better each week with the passing game. We know we're going to have to throw the ball at times to win football games in our league. We're going to have to be balanced and be able to take what defenses give us. Defenses these days are too good. They're going to take something away. They're going to try to make you either run it or throw it, one or the other. And we've had 2 good games running the football, so no surprise that Mississippi State was trying to load up, stop the run, and we were able to make some plays in the passing game, which I think was big.
Read that final drive when you're getting the ball, 2 minutes left and 80-some-odd yards to go. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking like I believe our kids were. In that time, you're in the moment. You don't really think about any other thing than, we got to find a way to go score. That's something that we told our guys before the game that, it's going to be a typical SEC game. It's probably going to come down to the very end. And the bottom line is, going in your mind that we're going to find a way to win. And if you go in with that frame of mind, I think there's a lot of power in that. And I never once, we started out well. I wish we'd have scored more touchdowns in those first 3 drives. But we started out well again, and then we hit something with that second quarter right now, a little bit of a lull. And, in the third quarter, it was choppy here and there. We had a few turnovers. And, you could sense that there was a little bit of frustration from the guys because we knew we could move the football, but we weren't really seeing the results. And our defense, man, they made a bunch of big stops. And, it was almost like it was just we were due. But our guys, to their credit, right before we went out there, they said, guys, we're going to find a way to win. We said it before we got into the game. And, that's something that when we made Nick the starter, that's something he had done very well, was a 2-minute drive. And I was really proud of him and our whole offense and the way they performed in that drive. And when we had even, a freshman, Marcus Davis, make some catches, we had to spread the ball around and, guys just made plays.
How valuable is CJ, a guy that can play like a tight end and then can also jump out there and be like a wide receiver?
He's real valuable. We use CJ in a bunch of roles. A lot of guys will get frustrated going, man, am I this, am I that? Sometimes he may not play 50 plays a game, but the ones he plays are always big. And it makes it tough on a defense, too, when they don't know, is he going to be a wideout? Is he going to be a tight end? Is he going to be a H-back? Is he going to be a slot? And it makes it hard for him to key in on him. And there's certain things we think he does really well, and some things he does because that's the way we need him to do it right now with the personnel we have. He made some really big plays, really good catches on 3rd down the other night. He made a really good catch across the middle early in the game. And then, of course, when it got down there close, that was a play we'd repped a lot with him and with Nick, so we felt confident in it, and he made the play.
When did you guys kind of decide that we're going to use Kyle here a little bit as a Wildcat, sort of what he was doing his freshman season here, and how did he take the news? I'm sure he's curious.
Early last week, we just decided on a couple of plays, kind of like we did on with Jonathan the week before. Hey, let's get him involved a little bit. I don't see that anything's really changed overall, other than we just felt like there was a couple of plays that maybe he had done in the past that he'd be good at. So we kind of got him involved just a little bit.
Can you talk a little more about Marcus Davis, just the impact he made on that last drive? It seemed like him and Nick felt comfortable with each other.
Yeah. And in a 2-minute drill, you got probably your handful of plays that as an offense going in, you're going to call. These are 2-minute type calls. And guys feel confident in them. You've repped them a lot before, so you call them. And really, a lot of who gets the ball is dictated on the defense. And it just so happens that, we hit a couple balls down the field, but we were able to hit Marcus on a couple short ones and get one down the field. And, I was really proud of him for a freshman. He came in, he made a lot of big catches, and he was smart. He caught it, got out of bounds, or he caught it and got the first down. Like I said, he responded the same way really the whole offense did. Like, hey, this is just another drive. The moment's not too big for us. And, hey, the bottom line is we found a way to win. And we did it pretty dramatically. You'd like to not have to do that. We felt like we left some points out there well before then. But, I think our team can really grow and gain a lot of confidence from the way we were able to accomplish that victory.
What did you see watching videos yesterday or today on Nick in first, essentially 3 quarters, and then essentially that last drive? Because it did seem to be a little bit different Nick that last drive compared to what we were seeing with the fumbles and the interceptions and his read decision making.
Yeah, well, he threw the one interception, wasn't good. I don't count a Hail Mary, guys. You're throwing the ball up. Ain't nobody's going to count that. But, he had the one interception. We had the fumble exchange, and then I know Trey had the fumble. That, the one thing that we can't do is be sloppy. And really, that's probably the thing I'm most disappointed. We cleaned the penalties up last game, but we're still a little too sloppy with the football. So that's got to happen. Got to be fixed immediately. But, really, people only notice the things that stand out, like the ball that got tipped up near and picked, or missing the deep ball for a touchdown or something like that. But really, he made a lot of good plays too. I thought he played better this game than he did the first 2 games overall. But there were some ups and downs, like always. But I do think just the bottom line is, he's confident in himself and his teammates are confident in him that, hey, when the game was on the line, they just looked at each other. He told the defense before that last drive, said, hey, guys, get us the ball back. We'll go score. And, Reese and everybody on offense was rallying around the same thought. And they didn't blink, man. They just went and got the job done.
Rhett, that improvisation ability that you guys talked about as far as how he got the job, when he has that bobbled snap and then hits Quan for the touchdown, when the ball is slotted away and he catches his own pass and goes for 37
Yeah, we work that
yards.
every day, by the way. 37-yard pass to yourself.
I was going to ask you what the play sign was for that play.
Oh, it's a secret, but we work it every day. Just throw it to yourself. Yeah, really, I'm mad he stepped out. It would have been a touchdown. So,
But that improbability to have that long touchdown, to have the presence of mind to make that play. How much of what you saw Saturday was what you saw, which went into the decision that you weren't necessarily seeing the first 2 weeks?
more of it. We said when we named him the starter, we felt like he and our team would kind of be on the same parallel and that they would get better each week. We knew we weren't ready at that moment. We felt like we would keep improving. I feel like he's still got plenty of things we need to improve on, as does our whole offense, But I feel like he's getting better each week. And I think that's part of his game is when things break down, whether it's they've covered it and he can scramble for 10 yards and get a first down, whether, how you shouldn't drop the ball to begin with, but catch it and he was poised. I don't know if he'd have been that way game 1 and 2, but he didn't get riled, didn't panic, scrambled with 2 hands on the ball like he's taught to do. Quan went deep and, we caught him in a busted coverage and we did what you would hope to do. You'd take advantage of that. It's definitely something he brings to the table, and I think the more and more he plays and gets comfortable, he'll be able to make plays and still be smart, with the football too. And like I said, really in 3 games, I think he's thrown 4 touchdowns and really, in my opinion, 1 interception. That's a positive. For a whole, though, little things like protecting the ball with meshes and things like that. The ball's just at times a little too careless. And so that's something we'll keep working on. But, yeah, his ability to ad-lib and keep plays alive, or, maybe if we call a play, it's just not quite there, to make something out of it is definitely a strength and something we saw when we decided to go with it.
What did Mississippi State do to sort of slow down the running game, and you felt like you still should have run the ball better against that?
I do think we should have ran the ball better. Now, they had a good plan. Jeff, their defense coordinator, does a great job. They have some big guys up front. I think their linebackers are big, number 50. The middle linebackers are a really good football player. He made a lot of plays. And I think our running game last night, when I went back and looked at it on film, in the game I was real frustrated. But looking back on film, I feel like it's like our offense. It was average. And right now, the difference between being average and being good is not very much. You can be just a hair off, and everybody think, wow, you're not very good. But, man, if you were just a hair more on point, you'd scored a lot more points. It's the same way in our running game. We were just a guy sliding off a block too early here, a back missing a cut there, a wide receiver not blocking the guy he's supposed to block for the bounce, those kind of things. We were close, but we've got to be better. We've got to be able to run the football better than that to have a chance consistently. And I feel like our whole offense is kind of in that same mold, and that, man, we're average right now. We're doing some good things, but we're also doing some things we can't do. But I feel like we have the ingredients, if we keep improving, to have a decent offense and have a good season offensively.
Rhett, talk about LSU.
What kind of different obstacles does LSU's defense present, just how big they are?
Yeah, speed, athleticism, long. We saw the length last night. Mississippi State was long. I would think, they're going to have probably better athleticism on the back end as well, which will allow them to do some things differently. But, they've always got talent. They can run. They can be aggressive. But you know what? We got good football players too. And so we got to have a great week of practice. We got to get a good plan for our guys together going into a great hostile environment. That's if you're a player, that's what you live for. I always like playing on the road more than home anyways. Not because you don't love your fans, but you love going in there where it's just a team. It's just you and your guys, and you got a great challenge ahead, and that's what we definitely have this week. But Coach Chavis and that defense are always really good.
Last one, Jason. LSU.
Thank you, Rhett.
Thanks, guys.